Hello and welcome back to Rue Valley. We are in loop 11, and before we get started, I just want to say apologies that this video is 30 minutes late in going out, and apologies in advance that it's 30 minutes shorter than usual. Both of these are connected, and both of these are due to the fact that I'm recording this about 30 minutes before the video would usually go out. Just happened to be this was the first time I got to record it. Anyway, in loop 11, we have a purpose, because I said in the previous episode I wanted to have a solid thing to focus on because we have too much info, and last episode we got even more info, which is just ridiculous, right? We have all these different threads that we can pull at. I want to pick one and I want to pull at it and I want to go down that thread as far as we can until we hit a roadblock. Although, I mean, there is a literal roadblock in the game, but you get what I'm saying. So, the path I want to go down is Anita. Why do I want to go down Anita's path? Well, Anita's connected to all sorts of things. She's connected to Robin, who's the receptionist because she's her mother. She's connected to Ben, who is the receptionist's father, and they were previously married, now divorced. She's connected to Travis because she's going out with Travis, and Travis is an out-of-towner, who's the only out-of-towner that we know of currently, at least who's around within these 47 minutes. Although I guess technically Jason Burns is probably an out-of-towner, because although he's called the Dumper, he was working for like a mining group and he might have come from somewhere else, but we don't know that for certain. Anyway, she's connected to him. She's also connected to Frank in two ways. First of all, they potentially had a thing at some point. Frank was giving her a lift and back to Max Gas with her broken down car. These are the two things. Seems important, seems like there's some kind of thing that's going on there. These all seem like important things that are all connected to Anita. So let's see what we can find out about her. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to leave here, and one of the reasons why I'm recording this 30 minutes before I would usually record it is because my original recording session got truncated. I recorded about 5 minutes and then all of a sudden something popped up and I had to stop recording. But in those 5 minutes, I discovered a new mechanic, and I want to test it out here. Now, I discovered this while walking. While walking, in the walking animation, you can use your phone. I want to see whether you can use your phone while driving. Let's see. So we're going to drive north, and we're just going to go straight for the bar. Just because I feel like we want to find out about Anita. Best place to be is at the bar before she gets there so we can speak to Travis, but I also want to call Ben and find out about Anita's old stuff. So let's drive north. And then, I believe I can just click this when it goes into the next scene. There we go. And now we're in the phone. Wonderful. Right, let's call Ben to learn about the whereabouts of Anita's stuff. Also, what I love here is that you can be driving and you can also play a match of hyper-casual protagonists. You can just, like, wait while you can just play a game while driving. Seems like a terrible idea. You can check for available Wi-Fi connections anywhere. We should do that at the bar. Oh, there's so much info. Anyway, let's do this. The line rings and rings. Just when the monotonous ringing finally finishes drilling a borehole straight through your thalamus, a raspy male voice answers.
Ben Fleming. Sorry, can't talk now. Quite busy. Call later.
Oh, so sorry for interrupting.
No, it's quite all right. Gotta go now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The line is dead. Okay. So if I check our map... Oh, I think we've arrived, so I can't open the map. By that, I mean the mind map. There we go. What does it say about that? Seems he is busy before 8:30. Okay, so we can call him after 8:30. I should write that down somewhere. There we go. 8:30 p.m. is when he becomes available. One thing I'm also wondering is whether they're going to do the... And I know I'm trying to guess the story before it happens, and obviously I don't want any confirmation. But I wonder whether they're going to do the trope where at some point time will progress and then you won't get to go back to this point in the loop. I don't know if it's that type of game. I kind of get the feeling it's all going to be contained within the same 47 minutes. But it does seem possible that at some point it's going to be like, well, actually, now you've managed to break the loop. Now what are you going to do? But anyway, we'll walk the rest of the way here. So I'm wondering whether we want to try and talk to everybody we can before that point happens to potentially give us info. But again, it doesn't seem like that sort of game. It seems like the sort of game where you have to find out everything before you can progress. So, oh, who's calling? The screen number simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone masking the identity of the mysterious caller. Of course I'll answer it. Who could it be?
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Mm-hmm.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
That sounds great, Mr. Rugger, but I have a question first, if I may.
But of course, Mr. Harrow. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. At your service, as they say.
Oh, sorry, I need to hop on another call. Call you later. Oh, alright then. Well, we're now heading off. Now, I'm wondering if we want to try and speak to Travis at the bar, or whether we want to try the Wi-Fi connections first. Let's see. Also, did we get to the bar without getting soaked? We did. Okay. Because we got there before it fully started raining. Well, I mean, it is raining now, but as in we weren't in walking while it was raining. Like walking in the walking animation bit. Okay. Let's first of all do this. Check Wi-Fi. The phone struggles to find anything that even remotely resembles a signal. You should go to a more civilized area if you want to use the internet. Okay, let's go inside and then check the Wi-Fi. Right. Wi-Fi. You see a single Wi-Fi connection, strong and steady, like a beacon in a digital haze. Also, she's already here at 8:25, so we actually got here late. Okay. However, OuterNet Station hides its signal behind a password. Someone around here ought to know it. Okay, let's ask the big lug behind the bar for the password. I can't interrupt, right? Okay. Nope. What about here? Password? List of rules for a bar in the middle of nowhere. Now that is intriguing. You focus on the ones that stand out for one reason or another. Oh, okay. How about this one? Wi-Fi access is reserved for paying customers only. Usage of in-house internet is limited to 30 minutes per visit, and or service be advised, time will be monitored. Okay. Well, there's a chance the password's tucked away in the menu? Worth a look, but don't forget the fine print. With all these rules, this place feels less like a friendly bar and more like a law firm that serves drinks. Also, that didn't seem to use time, so let's continue going through these. Do not touch the piano. This includes all forms of physical contact, even cleaning is forbidden. Only authorized musicians and piano tuners are allowed to touch it. Why does the piano need a tuner if no one plays it? Just because you aren't authorized doesn't mean there aren't others who are. The piano's waiting for those few who can play or tune it. Dancing only with permission and for an adequate reason? Wow, this is a strict bar. What counts as an adequate reason, though? I mean, I have to say 2. Childbirth, maybe? A new life full of hope and potential. Honestly, that sounds like a damn good reason to dance. Rules be damned. Maybe skimming through will be worth it, just in case. Skimming through it is then. 1 napkin per drink. Each drink comes with exactly 1 napkin. You can request more, but they might be denied if your request is deemed excessive. Wait, are people seriously abusing napkins so much that that a rule is necessary? If napkin abuse warrants a rule, maybe that says more about human nature than you'd like to consider. Chaos, even in the little things. Okay, barstool occupancy time limit? No guest may occupy a bar stool for longer than 45 minutes without placing a new order. Time will be monitored. I guess I'll have to start taking speed drinking lessons. It's a dangerous game, but apparently necessary in this establishment. Let's see who the genius behind all this is. Maybe I already met the author of these rules. The rules are signed Anita Lopez. Oh, okay. But that isn't the same last name that Robin has, so she's either gone for a maiden name or something else. But yes, we now have a full name for Anita. She's now Anita Lopez. Okay. Interesting. Well, they're the Flemings. Alright. That didn't really help us at all. Yeah. So they're not talking. How about the menu? On the book's cover, a woman shrouded in a deep veil of shadows smiles at you, secretly, seductively, her face mostly hidden by an intricate golden mask. Above the woman, the title, Lilith Revealed, below, the author's name, T.J. Sampson. Let's take a closer look at the book, as there's no way to leave. As you look at the book, the shadows behind the woman form the outline of a face, all smile and teeth. Let's read the blurb. After her last case ended with a terrible discovery and an escape from the clutches of injustice, Lillian finds herself on the streets of the Grey City. Friendless, moneyless, but not aimless. She fights to control her second self and find out who framed her for the murder of so many prostitutes. Oh, let's read the first couple of sentences. Tonight, the fumes of Dirtside smelled worse than ever. Lillian lost track of how many weeks she was being forced to spend here, among the downtrodden and the discarded. If one wanted to disappear from the face of the earth and the long arm of the law, there was no better place. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Let's leaf through the first couple of pages. Just your usual first page stuff, publisher, printer, copyright owner, on and on and on. Why do they even print those things? On the second page, the author's dedication. Again to Rosemary, both thorned and sweet. I'll take the book. One man's trash is another man's treasure? Wait, so I now have this book, but I only, have it until the end of the loop. Okay. Well, I guess I will write a new thing for the bar, so we can get the book Lilith Revealed. Okay. I have no idea if this is a thing that's worth us knowing about, but it's noted. Okay, so can't do anything there. Anything upstairs? Nope. There was meant to be someone somewhere who was, yeah, he was coming here for internet. Is he outside? Oh, look at that. Look, what is it? A watchful eye, probably something like Safeguard Vision X TM, Defender Can, Stealth Edition, or some other verbose name like that. It's recording your every move. Wait a minute. What if this is a reality show? Oh no. He's gonna think it's a Truman Show situation and we're gonna be stuck being like, you're not real. That's not gonna end well. But you mean all these people here are actors and nothing is real? Well, it would make sense, wouldn't it? The whole thing is staged. Oh no. We've been left alone with our thoughts too long. Now we think we're in a reality show. Okay. I don't know if we want to go towards that, but we might do that eventually. One thing I do wonder about, we've got 2 minutes to spare, which is why I'm thinking about this. Maybe we should see whether we can break into this car. We do have a thought for it, right? Unlocked fancy sports car. But that would use my willpower as well, and I wouldn't get it back till we complete it. But it is tempting. It is tempting. I think this loop we're focusing on Anita. We may come back for the sports car. So by focusing on Anita, I mean we've got to speak to Ben. But in order to do that, I need to waste 2 minutes. So An old looking piano seems older than the other furniture in this bar. Oh, that's it for that for right now. How about this? Now this is something you haven't seen in a long time. An old jukebox, the kind that hums softly like a sleeping animal. To top it all off, it plays CDs. The best part is still on, still glowing, still alive. So it plays CDs. Oh, I wonder if there's a CD we can get to play here. So they've got a jukebox. CDs. Maybe we'll get a CD at some point we can do something with, but look at the CDs in the jukebox. Every CD is an album, and judging by the layout, they're listed in the exact order they were fed into its hungry, metallic gut. I'm going to play Midnight Shift by Petty Gold. Never heard of it. Most likely some ambient filler. The kind you put on when there is no crowd to keep the silence from echoing off the walls. Could be a hidden gem. The only way to find out is to listen. And isn't that true for everything? Oh, we're just going through these. Quantum Lullabies by Dr. Octavia's Paradox Ensemble. You remember this one, experimental sonic chaos, packaged as genius, raved about by critics. It's kind of embarrassing to admit, but you wrote an article about them without listening to a single track. I was busy, it was a puff piece anyway, we don't take responsibility. A writer's last line of defense, apathy disguised as productivity. Pretend you're working, admit you never really tried, and call it integrity. Yeah. Broken Headlights and Half-Smoked Dreams by Lil Ray and the Drifters. No way, you know this one. This is your childhood. This is family road trips. Old highway lights sliding past the window like ghosts. They used to play this in the car all the time on repeat. Nostalgia wraps itself in music. It's not just an album, it's a postcard from a life you didn't know you missed until now. And Smoke and Ashes by the Mudflower Brigade. This one, featuring the infamous hit Gutter Saints, the anthem of 2023, played everywhere until your ears bled guitar riffs. But you hated that song, not at first, but it became background noise for the year you tried to forget. Well, they were overrated anyway, one-hit wonders. Spoken like a man who never even had a hit. Resentment makes a bitter instrument. Now comes the hard part, deciding which album to play. We're going to play Midnight Shift. Hey, who gave you permission to touch that jukebox? Haven't you read the rules? I didn't see any rule against using the jukebox. I'll lie. Well, now you know. Turn it off. Politely, if possible. Alright. The silence hits you harder than expected. It clings to your skin. In your mouth, the aftertaste is bitter, iron and ash, or ash and iron, and yet it was worth it. Sometimes you have to poke at the rules, to remember you're still capable of shaking the walls. I actually didn't remember that there was a rule that was against the jukebox. I don't know if we read that one before it took away the rules from us. Yeah, there's nothing out here to click on. I just need something that we can click on that'll take 1 minute. Is this, maybe? The annoying sound from the arcade machine is both repulsive and inviting. Okay. Till Ben is available to talk. That's nice that they've got that in there. That was kind of what I was wanting to do. Judging by its appearance, this is an old arcade machine. God knows from when. After staring at it for a brief moment, you are unsure. 2 joysticks, a battlefield of buttons, tiny metal toggles, sliders worn down to raw plastic. What is this thing? I'm asking Travis.
Oh, that? It's a game where you land different flying vehicles. Give it a shot. It's fun.
He's not lying. That same neon text pulses on the screen. Lander Simulator 3, insert coin. Machine whirs to life. The introduction screen prompts you to choose your craft. Space shuttle. Looks difficult, but hey, It's just a game, right? Familiarize yourself with controls in our tutorial by piloting the experimental aircraft PHS-1, which contains features of all 3 crafts. Let's give this experimental bird a quick spin. A strange sci-fi vessel fades in. Third-person view. You take the yoke. The screen floods with control indicators. Feels like you've got the hang of it, maybe. Quit the tutorial, start the game. One hand grips one of the joysticks, rubbed smooth by years of failed attempts. Your other hovers over a minefield of buttons and levers. The countdown begins. 3, 2, 1, go! The screen morphs into your selected vehicle. A dizzying HUD flares to life. Altitude, wind, direction, inertia. A timer ticks ominously in the corner, merciless, unblinking. It's not just about the cleanest landing. You need to master the fastest descent if you want to score big. Ignore the timer, try to land it gently. You take a breath, steady your hands, guide the machine downward like it's your own trembling heartbeat. That went about as well as expected. The screen flashes a grim report card, a long list of failures, critical, embarrassing, absolute. Then it shows the leaderboard positions 100 through 90. You're at 100, barely made the cut. Let's add my name to the board. With only 3 characters, you go with Yuge. Everyone above you, Tra. You can guess who. Oh, all of those are Travis. Let's try again. Now you're taking it seriously. Practice, discipline, you have no choice. You'd also revisit that tutorial. Okay, we do that for a minute. You step back from the machine. There are other things waiting. More urgent, or at least more real. Ben should be available to talk now. Let's go and do that right here, right next to her. Right, let's do it. The phone rings once, twice, 3 times. Just as you're about to hang up, the line connects.
Hello.
His voice is hazy, like someone halfway between waking and sleeping. Hello, this is Eugene Harrow speaking. There's a brief pause. When he speaks again, his voice is even fainter.
I'm not buying anything.
No, I'm not here to sell you anything. I just need to ask you something.
Yes?
I need to get Anita's stuff, the thing she left at the motel. There's a pause, broken only by the sound of heavy, deliberate breathing on the other end of the line.
Listen, I don't know who you are and I don't care. She knows where her stuff is. Ask her.
He's not in the mood to cooperate. Maybe it's best to call him again later, after you've dug up some new facts to push the conversation in your favor. I feel like I can get to him though. Maybe, but you'll need more than gut feelings and persistence to crack him. I just need to know where her stuff is.
And I'm telling you, leave me alone.
This is really important.
Listen, I'm out.
The line goes dead. He hung up, no room for negotiation. Alright, I have a way to deal with that. I was going to call him again, but I guess I can't. Okay, put it back in my pocket. Okay, so that didn't seem to go very well. Yep. I should find some information that would shake him up. Okay. It did suggest the Wi-Fi password might be in a menu, but I don't see a menu anywhere, so I don't really know what our next step is in here. I think our next step is to leave. Okay. I have the book. Honestly, our next step might be to just read the book. You know what? It might just be to read the book in the bar so we can have the background music. Yeah. I think that's the end of this loop. It's just reading a book. Let's go. Let's kill some time with this book. Until the loop ends. After the obligatory special thanks, author, editor, and publisher notes, you reach the page where the story begins. Tonight, the fumes of Dirt Side smelled worse than ever. Lillian lost track of how many weeks she had been forced to spend here among the downtrodden, the deranged, and the discarded. If one wanted to disappear from the face of the earth in the long arm of the law, there was no better place. Unfortunately, she was almost penniless, and, by now, almost friendless. Even in her exile, Lillian was determined to discover who the real killer is and who framed her. To do that, she would have to cash in all the favors people on the force still owed her. A strong start. Murder framing, self-exile, a rogue investigation. Better snuggle down and dig in. Alright. And it just skips to the end. Yeah. Okay. But there's nothing else we can do from here. I mean, I could maybe make it to the ranch, but realistically, we're not doing anything at the ranch. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! Excuse me, Jason Burns arrives here? I mean, he was coming here, but... when was that? Like 8:40 or something he gets here? 8:40? Okay, okay. That's interesting. As the half-decently written words carry through the story, your internal clock nudges you back to reality. That's enough for now. There it is. The good old fire in the sky. Oh wait, Travis also became available. Okay. So if I've got time that I can just waste in there, then... yeah, that'd be good. Maybe I want to sit on the bar stool and waste time. It's probably worth doing that, actually. Yeah. Okay.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yes, and I have a question. Of course, Mr. Harrow. Feel free to ask anything. I haven't got the what if I'm in a reality show yet, but that'll be something to unpack later. If someone has an overwhelming need to control everything, what could be behind it? He raises a bushy eyebrow.
I'm sorry. Whom exactly are we talking about here?
Just an acquaintance of mine.
And this acquaintance is important. Why?
Look, if you ask questions like that, it makes our investigation look very silly. Answer me first and I'll return the favor. Fair enough?
Fair enough. There could be many reasons why someone develops an intense need to control others and their surroundings. More often than not, it stems from an experience of helplessness or deep uncertainty, usually rooted in childhood. Those experiences might have been triggered by traumatic events or events perceived as traumatic, without anyone there to provide comfort or safety.
I can't decide which is worse, the uncertainty or the sheer helplessness.
Understandable. Both are hard to deal with, particularly when they come together. Those experiences can lead a person to develop an intense need to control their environment, trying to ensure that they never have to feel helpless or uncertain again. As a child, they cling to routines, to what's familiar and predictable. Later in life, that need can grow into micromanaging, or worse, outright intrusion into the lives of those around them. With time, and often through therapy, such a person can learn to strike a balance between their need for control and the unpredictable nature of the world around them. I hope that satisfied your curiosity. Now be so kind as to satisfy mine. Why did you ask me that?
I ran into someone like that recently. I just wanted to understand her better.
I understand that. If needed, we'll revisit this topic next time then.
Of course.
Of course.
He glances at the clock as always.
All right then. That's it for today. You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay. So, I think our next step is to spend some time wandering around here. See if we can find something that would allow us to shake up Ben.
No, I didn't misconfigure the
when I'm
firewall.
looking at this, it implies it's in the back room. Because that's a picture of the back room, so...
There's nothing you can do to help
let's
me.
go and see.
How about check...
Anything in here? No. Okay, so I'm gonna ask Robin.
A supervisor.
Let's see.
Sure, put them on.
All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like a word with you if it's not a problem. She looks at you and at first seemingly ignores your plea.
I have to go now.
But
so
several moments later, you hear her saying what she just said.
Oh, hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
I'm ready to check in.
All right then, let's get you into your room. So, number 6, the last one on the 2nd floor. Everything is ready for you. And this is your key card.
Okay.
Wow.
She exclaims with a surprise on her face. As your eyes meet, you can clearly see that her wish to share the story about the electronic locks fades away.
All right. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay, I guess.
Okay. You got anything else?
How can I help you, Miss?
Nope. Okay. Interesting. Well, the other person I wanted to speak to, if we got time, is potentially speaking to Riley here. Because we should be able to ask Riley about Anita. Because she said that she was raised by Anita, right? Anita and Ben.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Maybe I can help. She looks at you suspiciously.
Sure. Give it a go.
Let's make her coffee. After you input the sequence and the machine awakens, you insert the coin, press the button, and soon hand her the freshly brewed cup as the inviting scent fills the air.
Wow, nice. I don't know how you figured it out, but... Oh, thanks so much.
She takes one long sip from the plastic cup and savors the moment. So can I speak to her now? Yes. Okay. I have a question about Anita. Also, there's more reality show stuff that we could ask, but let's go with Anita.
Sure. Anita? She's the queen of hospitality here in Rue Valley.
I sense sarcasm. At least a bit.
What? No. Okay, maybe a little bit. It's not her fault that Apex Ore went under and the motel had no visitors for almost 10 years.
Interesting. Aunt Nita?
That's a very long story, and I'd rather not talk about it right now.
That's fair. Although we already know that she's told us, she doesn't already know that she's told us.
Let's just say we're related. Kinda.
Okay. I don't get it. Why is Anita the queen of local tourism?
Well, she was running the motel with Uncle Benny back in the day, and now she opened a bar with that hunky dude from Bothwood.
Interesting. That says Bothwood, or she said Bothwood, right? But that says Grey City. Now, I know it's obviously just that they've changed the script since he said it. What was interesting is the book that we read also said Grey City, and then it changed as well. So is it implying that that book might be about a real place, as in it might be about Bothwood? I'm just saying, it's using meta-knowledge, but it might be true. Unfortunately, we can't use meta-knowledge in any way, but still. Let's say back in the day.
Yeah, well, back when they were still living there, happily ever after. Nowadays, they're split, or more like cleaved clean down the middle. I don't think Kuipers is raking in the big bucks, but considering no one else is doing any tourist stuff around here, that kind of qualifies her as the queen of tourism.
What's up with the hat?
Nita always dressed like that. You better believe it raised a few eyebrows, or a few dozen eyebrows around here.
Okay.
But ever since the divorce, she cranked it up to 11. I don't know. Maybe that midlife crisis or whatever, or she's finally a free woman and can do whatever she wants.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome? Well, this was fun and all, but gotta go. Thanks for the coffee.
She turns around and leaves. What happens if I stand here? Now you can't go. Nope. That had no effect whatsoever. Okay. Well, thinking about my next move here. I think our next move is to go to the bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to... yeah, all the way to the bar, I think. Yeah. Let's go. Which will skip the conversations on the way, I think. We need a quicker way to the bar, but I don't know how we're going to get the conversation that'll let us have the bike. Because I'm assuming getting the bike is the quicker way to the bar, but I might be wrong. Okay, so now we're here. I think that I might... oh, she's walking in. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. Can I beat her? In here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Travis? Travis. Let's not disturb them right now. No. Okay. Anyway. Whatever. Right. I think that... Oh, I was going to sit in the bar. That was the play. Yeah. I was just thinking go for the car, but no. I think the play is to sit in this bar until we get all the things, and then I can wait until Jason appears, and then we've got another person to speak to. But for now, I did say we're going to do a half-hour episode, and we've gone slightly over that, but... apologies again for it being a little bit shorter. I'm going to end the episode here, and next time we continue with Loop 12. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.